watch and burn.
Hey everyone, so tonight I am going to be discussing Desolation House Release 6, or Hour 6 I suppose, and that is Waldchengarten. Now I know I'm most likely butchering that name, but I believe that's how it's pronounced, or I don't believe that's how it's pronounced. Quite frankly, at this point, I've become so accustomed to fucking up people's names and band names that I've never heard pronounced that I don't really care anymore. The name of the record is Electrical Bonding, and like I said, this is Hour 6 from Desolation House. This was released a ways back in the early to mid-2000s. Of course, I don't have the record with me to check this. It's not like I could have done that beforehand, but I kind of became completely overwhelmed by the idea of running outside and doing this, despite the fact that it's absolutely freezing outside and this area has a coyote problem. So yeah. So anyways, I think one of my favorite things about this record is, despite the fact that this could be classified as a noise album, at the same time I do feel that it is noisy, but there's something really, it's almost like you're being wound up, you're being bound by electrical wire, and I sort of get like this really organic vibe from it, and I understand why the album title is Electrical Bonding, because it does kind of feel like you are, like I said, you're wrapped up in a lot of electrical wire in a field somewhere as you're succumbing to whatever injuries you've sustained, and this would be the soundtrack. I think my favorite part about this album is how when you have it on and you end up doing something else, like for example, I had it on tonight while I was setting up this, figuring out how it was going to work when I decided to go out into the world, and I was using a lighter tripod. So naturally I lost track of the songs, and then all of a sudden I found that it just sort of crept up on me, and there was this really like heavy, foreboding sense of doom that was so pervasive. And if I wasn't like an adult and say I was easily scared, it would have scared the shit out of me, because it's like the track just crept up on me. And I think that's my favorite thing about this, that despite how I have bashed the prior noise releases for Desolation House, this, like I said, it is a noise release, but it seems like the noise has more of a purpose, and there's more effort put forth, whereas I find with a lot of noise releases, especially the ones prior to this, like say from the Bastard Noise Christian Manu split, it just felt lazy. I don't know, I don't really like Bastard Noise, and for that matter, I don't really like Man is the Bastard either, so maybe I'm biased. But this record is dripping with like a real sense of like industrial dread, and for some reason too, I get this, what the fuck was that? That was just the wind. I get this vibe like you're out in a field somewhere, bound in electrical wire, surrounded by wheat. Now, I know that probably doesn't make any sense, but that's kind of the images I have in my head whenever I have this album on. And tonight was certainly no exception. I always think about being in a wheat field wrapped in electrical wire. I know that the title has something to do with that, no doubt. But nonetheless, that is what I think about. And like I said, this record is great. It creates a real heavy sense of like a doom-laden atmosphere while being incredibly noisy, but the noise has a point, and it doesn't feel like it's just there to punish you so that these guys can show you that they know how to twiddle knobs better than everybody else. It does seem like this record has like a real sense and a real purpose behind it. So, yeah. So I'm going to leave it there. So thank you so much for hanging out with me while I discussed Waldchengarten's, I know I butchered that, Electrical Bonding, and that was Desolation House Hour 6. If you liked this review, don't forget to do something nice for somebody, and I will see you guys soon, assuming one of the fucking coyotes in this area doesn't eat me first. Thank you so much. Have a good night. I just wanted to say thank you for making it through the entire video. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to remind everyone one more time, even though I've probably already done this in the video that you just watched, to please click the like button as well as the subscribe button, because it helps this channel grow. And thank you for hitting like and subscribe, and we will see you guys really soon.